Hey everybody, I'm so glad to hang out with you guys tonight. We get to launch a brand new class this evening, so it's something I've never done. You guys are the little beta testers for this class. We just finished the PowerPoint a couple of hours ago. I've been working on it all day today. And I pray that it's really a blessing to you guys as you're trying to grow your team. So this class will apply to anybody who's got little babies, or anybody like under the age of 3 or 4 years old. I actually use some of the seedling stuff on my teenagers because they really like it too. So if you're wondering how to access this class comes from the Game Plan Oil script book, which is this little book right here. This is my little secret weapon for building my OGV, coming out of all the craziness of the pandemic and the insanity that's been going on the last 2 years. Guys, all I know is that when you do product education, it's going to lead to OGV growth. So I taught the counterpart to this class, the 105 Kids class, to my team a couple of months ago. We had about 220 people on the Zoom. We took a screenshot of our OGV right before we taught the class. It was about 9 o'clock at night. And then we took a screenshot of our OGV about 30 minutes after the class ended, 10:30 at night. All of the loyalty rewards had cleared. We saw 5,000 OGV increase from one class. And the neat thing is these classes are so duplicatable. They just go to oilabilityteam.com, go to the share button, download the PowerPoint, use the script out of the script book or out of the teacher's edition. And as we say in radio, rip and read. I just download the PowerPoint, it takes like 20 seconds, and read the script along with the PowerPoint. We've made those PowerPoints free, and they're a resource for you guys to really look good when you're teaching your classes. So I know that as we've been teaching, we have halted the backward growth on our team. It's almost like a freight train going the wrong direction. We've stopped it, and we've turned the train around, and we have got it moving in the right direction. So I've seen OGV drop from 35,000 to 27,000 to 22,000 to 18,000. And the OGV on the team that I'm doing these classes on this specific leg is already up over 21,000 again. We've regained 4,000 in OGV growth just in the last 30 days. So, and that's without our holiday catalog launch. That's without all the things coming up. That's just raw product education. So it absolutely works. You just got to make sure that you're doing it consistently. I know from building the diamond that there are 3 things that grow your team. It's teaching classes, getting people on subscribe to save so you have residual income, which comes through product education, and training your leaders to duplicate what you're doing. And the script book does all 3 of those, all 3. You have 25 different conduits to reach people with the 25 different classes in this book, whether it's, chemical-free cleaning, or whether it's CBD, or whether it's seedlings and babies. You've got all these different ways to reach people doing product education, and then getting them on subscribe to save by funneling them into additional classes, and then training your leaders. Hey, this is as hard as downloading a 20-second PowerPoint and just reading the words. That's how difficult this is. Like, that's how you can grow your team. We've made it so easy and so simple. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. This is a nice quick class. It's not a long one at all. Sherry says hello. Diane says thanks so much. Joey says you make life easier. Helen says hello. I'm so glad to see you guys. I'm gonna teach this class this week. And then I believe next week we have our Manly Man class. I'm just going to double check that. I'm actually going to bring my men, my sons, in to teach that class with me a little bit next week to have a little fun. Then we're going to take a week off. That's my daughter's wedding week. And when I come back, we have just 4 classes left. So the techniques class, blending, which is my favorite class in the whole book, Einkorn, and then the Gary Young class. I cannot believe we're almost at the end of the script book. We've been hustling hard since May, and we've almost made it all the way through. Then I'm going to do a little spurt through the protocol section and teach you how to teach your team to cleanse, how to do weight loss, emotional release, all of that. And we'll have 2 little bonus classes. And then the script book will be wrapping up sometime in November, early December. So pretty excited. If you don't have this as a resource, you need to get it. You need to get it to your team. And it's just such a blessing. So you guys ready to see the brand new PowerPoint? Like just today launched. We'll get this up on our website tomorrow so that you have access to it. And let's jump right in, and I'm going to do a little screen share here, and we can jump right into the class. So here's a screen share. Bam. There we are. Yay. I'm going to refresh this so I can see your guys's comments. Here we go. And we got a great crowd on tonight. So that's such a blessing. All right, let me go over to the PowerPoint. And this is it. This is the 120 Seedlings baby class. Now, I always start my classes with a story about Gary Young, so it's on the back of the dividers. This one comes to us from Bill and Carla Green, who are Royal Crown Diamonds in Canada. There's some really good friends of mine. And they said, when I think of Gary, the first word that comes to mind is innovative. To give you an idea as to how outside the box kind of thinker he was, let me take you to the very first time I visited the farm in Ecuador. This is Bill's story, not mine. This was very early on. I was in the distillery area when I noticed something quite unusual. As I'm sure everyone knows, part of the distillation process is to cool the steam coming off of the stills. Usually cold water is what's used. At the Ecuador farm, the water is pumped from holding ponds, which are also used for irrigation. Herein lies the problem. The water becomes quite warm during the dry season, and the water was too warm to cool the distillate enough. Gary had looked into the purchase of large cooling units. The problem was one of cost and time, as they had to be shipped from the US. Since the harvest was in progress, time was of the essence. Gary drove to a local town. He purchased a number of chest-type deep freezers and some plumbing parts, and he came back to the farm and he began assembling them. He piped the water source from the first freezer, which was connected to the second, and so on, to produce ice cold water at the final one, which was pumped through the distiller. The water was then returned to the first freezer, thereby conserving water as well. All of this was thought up and constructed within hours so that oils could be produced. Wow, one smart dude. So here's a picture of Bill Green and his beautiful wife. You guys might know their son, Adam Green. He was the very youngest Royal Crown Diamond until Bethany Shipley came along. Both of them hit it at 24 years old. Bethany beat Adam by a couple of months. And this is the grand opening of Canada. And you can see little Joseph and little Jacob right there. Now Jacob's 20 years old. It's crazy how fast they've grown up. So what I'm going to do is go into slideshow mode here. And we're just going to give a little intro to the Seedlings line, which is the class that we're teaching tonight. So let's jump right in. I present to you Young Living Seedlings.
Your whole world changes just like that. You know the feeling when everything's slowed down. I remember wanting that moment to never end. Their eyes, their smiles, their touch. I want the best for my baby, that she be safe, healthy, and happy. And like you, I work so hard every day, doing all that I can to give him everything. Because of that love, I use products that I know have only the purest ingredients developed with my sweet baby in mind. For you and your adorable, drooling, energetic ball of joy, Young Living introduces Seedlings, a product line specifically designed for your baby. From Mother Nature's nursery to yours.
There it is, Seedlings. So we're going to jump right into the class, which super excites me. I love this. And you guys know me, I'm going to start with food, which has nothing to do with Young Living, but I want to really begin in this place because everything begins with food. So there's a theme to our classes that runs through everything that we do, and that is conviction on how to best protect your home. So this class is for the littlest people in your life, so birth through preschool, because you are their protector. And the things that you do at this age sets the tone for how their body is going to respond lifelong. You are training every cell in their body to be strong, even as babies. I remember when I started on my journey, I thought that everything on the shelf of a store was safe. And I also thought that everything I was told was true. And I thought that if it passed the criteria of the FDA or any regulating body, that it was okay to spray or ingest or use on my skin. I was completely wrong. The stuff out there is not safe, and no one is going to train you on the truth. There is no one informing moms and dads of ingredients that lead to cancer or foods that wreck the gut and lead to lifelong health issues that are totally preventable. I feel like kids should come with a training manual. So one of my favorite health foods used to be juicy juice because it was 100% juice. And I thought that I was doing really well because I wasn't buying something with only 10 or 20% juice in it. Unfortunately, guys, there's 27 grams of sugar in a single serving. That's like giving my baby or toddler 27 grams of sugar in a single sitting. Kids should never get juice unless you are juicing it yourself from a fruit or a vegetable in a juicer on your counter. Do you know the number one source of cavities in babies under 5 years old? Milk and juice. So my grandkids, they don't get milk and they don't get juice. I don't give it to them at all. They get water. They've been trained from the very beginning that as soon as they're done nursing, they get water in a sippy cup. They do not get milk and they do not get juice. So sugary store-bought juices are the number one cause of cavities in toddlers. They don't need stuff like that in their body. Stick with breast milk or goat's milk if you're unable to nurse. Outside of the world's best superfood, which is breast milk, let's take a look at the first foods that a baby should have in their gut. This is actually my little nephew, Josiah. I love him so much. I got to hang out with him today. I'm homeschooling my grandkids and my nieces and nephews. So he was just at my house all afternoon. So everything begins with food. We're trained that from 4 to 6 months old, a baby's first food should be rice cereal. Why? Rice is a huge gut irritant. It's loaded with carbs. It's lacking in nutrients. It's also the number one baby food tainted with heavy metals of mercury, lead, and arsenic because of how the rice is grown. So that's not a very good way to nourish the gut, damaging it with their very first food. So after rice cereal, it's recommended that you start jarred baby food or boxed finger foods that are loaded in preservatives and heavy metals. According to a report by the nonprofit Healthy Babies Bright Futures, rice-based snacks, infant cereals, teething biscuits, all the stuff you buy at Walmart, fruit juice, jarred carrots, jarred sweet potatoes, they are the worst offenders, having the highest level of arsenic and lead in the containers. Just about every baby food that you can buy in the grocery store that's in a jar or a box is laced with lead and arsenic. You guys wouldn't give that willingly to your babies. So if nothing on a box or a jar in a store is safe, what do you give them? Believe it or not, egg yolks, bone broth, avocado, some of the most nourishing foods that you can feed them outside of breast milk. So if you're just introducing foods, start with real, raw, whole foods. Just puree it. Just smash it. Avoid giving sugary, starchy fruits or veggies first. So start with the ones that have a less sugary taste so they acclimate to the flavor and they don't crave the sugar. They will eat what you train them to eat. So for instance, don't start with bananas as their very first food because a banana has a glycemic index of a Snickers bar. So if you don't have advanced food training, it's totally okay. You can just follow this little guide that I'm going to give you right now. You can do great things with a little $60 Ninja blender from Walmart and some one ingredient pureed foods. So this is a brief list of first foods that are recommended to start with according to the Nourishing Traditions book of baby and child care. I recommend that every single mom to be read that book. So it's by Sally Fallon Morrill and Thomas S. Cohen, MD. So 4 to 6 months, you give egg yolks from pastured chickens, lightly boiled or salted with Himalayan or Celtic sea salt. You give avocado mashed and cod liver oil 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon daily. Personally, I like the Green Pasture brand. Then 6 to 8 months, you can provide meat and broth options before offering fruit in moderation. Everybody goes for fruit first, but you don't want to do that. So pureed meat is really good for them. Lamb, turkey, beef, chicken, liver, fish. You just put it in a blender with some of your breast milk or a little bit of goat's milk. You put in a blender, you puree it, you can serve it to them off of a spoon, just like the jarred stuff. Bone broth, you can offer this as a drink too, if you can train them to drink out of a sippy cup or sip out of a straw. Fermented foods, homemade yogurt, milk kefir, raw mashed fruits given in moderation. So organic banana, melon, mango, papaya, and avocado. Cooked pureed fruits, so given in moderation, organic apricots, peaches, pears, apples, berries. Cooked vegetables, so zucchini, squash, sweet potato, carrots, beets with grass-fed butter or coconut oil, and cod liver oil 1/2 to a teaspoon daily. And then at 8 to 12 months, you can add in a variety. You can increase the thickness and the lumpiness of food, so you're not pureeing it as much as you are before 8 months. So you can add in meats and stews and just cut it really small. Add yogurt cheese, cottage cheese, milder raw hard cheeses. So yogurt cheese is cheese made from yogurt. You can add in steamed veggie sticks, avocado chunks, salmon, eggs, pieces of banana, and peeled fruit. You can add in fermented foods, so fermented sauerkraut, pickles. I like the brand Bubbies, or you can make your own from the website Cultures for Health. This is so nourishing to your baby's gut. And cod liver oil, about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon daily. After 1 year, you add in grains, legumes, nut butters, greens, and nitrate-free bacon. So personally, I recommend einkorn grain or sprouted grains that are not enriched. And then cod liver oil, 1 teaspoon daily to 2 teaspoons. So if you're a bit more advanced in the kitchen, and don't feel bad if you're not, it took me a long time to be okay in my kitchen, then here are 3 recipes from Young Living Gold, Rachel DeValk. She made these recipes in the blender and she froze them in ice cube trays and has enough food for a month after 1 morning in the kitchen. So recipe 1 is called egg yum yums. So you do 30 hard-boiled eggs. Don't use the whites yet because the whites are an allergen when they're really little. You add 5 tablespoons of liquid cod liver oil. It smells awful. Just plug your nose and do it. Sprinkle it lightly with Celtic or Himalayan sea salt. Thin it with breast milk or goat's milk if you are not nursing. Mix it in the blender and freeze it in ice cube trays. If you fill 2 ice cube trays with that mixture, it makes 28 servings. And this is actually a picture of her son eating egg yum yums. So the data on what foods babies need the first year was collected by a survey of thousands of childbirthing and breastfeeding practitioners in 186 different non-industrial cultures. These kids that they tested had perfect teeth, they had healthy guts, they had strong immune systems, and they had no exposure to processed food. Guys, if you're buying all that crap in the boxes and in the squeeze little packages and in the jars, you're giving your baby processed food. So their rates of childhood cancer were virtually non-existent. So these recipes that I'm giving you are from what they were eating. Recipe number 2 is meat yum yums. So you're going to add this to recipe number 1 when they're ready for larger portions. So any meat pureed. So this is 1 day a month, you and your blender in the kitchen for a couple hours in the morning, and you make a month's worth of food. So any meat pureed with equal parts of bone broth and breast milk. And if you're not comfortable making bone broth, then just go buy some. Or find a good natural health store that sells some. Equal parts bone broth to breast milk, and add a little pinch of sea salt. You just cook it on the stove, you puree it, add the liquids, and freeze it into silicone ice cube trays. And then defrost 1 cube each tray as needed on the stove top. Don't ever defrost your baby's food in a microwave. If you pull it out 20 minutes early and you just put it on warm in a saucepan, it's perfect for your baby. Recipe number 3 is apple yum yums. So you're going to serve this. This is a really low sugar fruit. It's a really good fruit to introduce first. 1 cube. So after they do egg yum yums for a month or 2, then you can add the meat yum yums and they get 2 cubes. And then when they're being more hungry, you can add the apple yum yums and they get this one last because it's a fruit. So it's like dessert. Cored apples simmered on the stove until they're soft. You put a little pinch of cinnamon in. It's really good for their immune system. Apples are a low sugar fruit. You're going to puree it in the blender with breast milk until you have a good consistency, and then freeze it in silicone ice cube trays. So at meal times, you're going to give them all 3 cubes, starting with eggs, then meat, then the apples for dessert. So are you feeling overwhelmed? Take a deep breath, smell some Seedlings Calm oil, right? Do what you can. So if that's mashing an avocado in a bowl instead of giving jarred food laced with heavy metals, you're doing great. If it's pureeing some egg instead of putting Cheerios on your baby's tray, that's wonderful. We often worry that we're not doing enough. And then without realizing it, we give them things that we only think are safe, but we're actually doing more harm than good. So for example, 2 dozen cereal and snack products were found to contain unsafe levels of glyphosate. That's the cancer-causing ingredient in the weed killer Roundup. Cheerios was the #1 of all the cereal products. So making a simple swap to mashed avocado, you just changed the game for your baby with virtually no food prep time. The breakdown of vitamins and minerals in an avocado, a living food, far outweigh the processed synthetic ingredients in a box cereal. So as you're able, start kicking some of these safe baby products out of your home. You're going to become convicted on which ones need to go first as you start to label read more and more, and you trust less and less the stuff that's in the store. This is a journey. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to do it all instantaneously. You just need to be discerning and take it 1 step at a time. So if your gut says no, with or without a study to back what you feel, just kick it out of your home because you're correct more than you think you are. So let's talk supplements. We've now discussed gut health and food. We're going to touch base just real quickly on supplements. So do babies need supplements? Absolutely. In fact, outside of the food that you feed them, it's the number one factor in their behavior and how well they sleep and how well they handle colds and flus. The most important supplement that I give in the first year of life is liquid cod liver oil. If it's fermented, it's even more bioavailable. I like the brand Green Pasture, and I'll show you this on Thursday when we go through the workbook and the mini. Cod liver oil is really high in vitamins A and D, so it can improve bone health. It can help eyes form correctly by improving blood flow. It supports the heart. It sets the tone for the gut to be strong, and it may even improve symptoms of anxiety. So did any of your kids have terrible separation anxiety? This is said to lessen it. The natural vitamin D in cod liver oil also protects the formation of bones, meaning that it naturally fights potential issues like bowed legs, thick wrists and ankles, or a projected breastbone. In short, it provides the minerals and vitamins needed for their little bodies to form correctly. They're still growing outside of you. So a second supplement that's very important during the first year of life is a probiotic. Young Living doesn't have seedlings supplements yet, but maybe if we ask nicely, they will make them. All of our supplements start at age 2. So what I like to do is I go with a seed to seal product before any others. But since there are no Young Living probiotics for infants, I trust a product called Natron Life Start. And I'll show you a picture of that on Thursday. This populates the gut with healthy bacteria. So you might think that your little one was born with a flawless gut, but studies have shown that their gut looks like your gut. So if you don't take care of yourself, then your baby is going to be born depleted too. The third supplement that I would start early is enzymes, specifically Young Living's Mighty Zyme. I would wait till they're about 2 years old to start that, and they can chomp down on a chewable tablet. So people ask me, Sarah, where did you learn all this stuff? Like, where'd you get it from? A lot of this information is from a book that I accrued by hanging out in circles of people that pay attention to gut health. So food, supplements, toxic exposure are the 3 things as a parent that you can control. Genetics, the location of your home, water purity, and your own personal level of stress or EMF, electromagnetic field exposure. Those things are a lot harder. So control what you can to lessen the impact on your kids. Unfortunately, many of our doctors are not getting trained on nutrition and how the body processes stuff that we eat and the products that we're using. No one seems to watch the liver that has to filter every single ingredient, or the colon that's working overtime to get out of the body. So that's why we're training on it right now. You will have the knowledge when you finish this class. So you're going to have more confidence to draw a line outside the door of your home and say no more. If more of us are out there banning ingredients, fewer dangerous products will be brought from store shelves, and the industry will get to a place where they realize that we're aware of their poison. So you cannot cut corners on our kids. Even 5 years ago, when I walked through a grocery store, it was really hard to find mac and cheese or ketchup without corn syrup. Today, many companies openly ban those ingredients proudly on the outside of their bottles. And that wouldn't have happened without convicted, discerning parents. So you are changing the world one ingredient at a time. We need more parents out there crying foul. Little ones count on us to do the research for them. They don't have the ability to keep themselves safe. So that means we have to question every single thing that we're told, even if it means unlearning all the stuff that we were told is safe, because the truth is it's not safe. The good news is that there are enough products out there, like Young Living products, that are safe and authentic. It just takes a conscious eye and a mama or daddy who is paying attention. You've already taken that hard first step by being right here in this class, and that conviction that you have in your gut is what drew you here. So stick to that feeling in the pit of your stomach as your kids age, and you'll have a much healthier house. Now, I don't want to bombard you with laundry lists of facts and statistics just to scare you. I want to empower you, because as we know better, we can take steps in the right direction all on our own. So let's look at some simple statistics in the house. Now that we've tackled the gut, it's time to clean out the house. So what you put on their skin is nearly as important as what you put in their mouth. The skin is more vulnerable. It's more permeable to chemicals. It's more susceptible to irritation. This requires products with gentler formulations. Many products contain harmful ingredients like carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, skin allergens, irritants. The Environmental Working Group, EWG, is a watchdog organization that keeps an eye on ingredients. So on their website, they say, 82% of children are exposed every week to one or more ingredients with the potential to harm the brain and the nervous system. 69% of children are exposed every week to one or more ingredients that may disrupt the hormone system, and 3.6% of children are exposed to ingredients with strong data linking them to cancer, including chemicals classified as known or probable human carcinogens. 80% of children's products marked as gentle and non-irritating contain ingredients linked to causing allergies with skin or eye irritation, according to government and industry sources. So, according to the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, the safety of baby products falls under the review of the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. But unlike food and drug additives, the FDA has no power to require that cosmetics be tested for safety before they're sold. And due to other loopholes in the law, manufacturers are free to use any claim that they wish, such as safe and ultra mild, and they don't have to provide any proof. And many do just that. So Europe has banned 1,328 ingredients from cosmetics, including baby cosmetics. So your baby shampoo, your baby powder. Canada has banned 599 ingredients. The United States has banned 11. The FDA regulates cosmetics very differently than it regulates drugs. Unlike drugs, cosmetic products don't need pre-market approval. Manufacturers also aren't required to register product formulations, and this includes baby products. So what's in that diaper? You thought that I was going to go into what the baby does on the diaper, didn't you? Well, no, because this is about what the company does to the diaper before it's even on your little one's bum. There's an absence of adequate regulation. Most baby diapers contain bleach to whiten the diaper material and chlorine, which emit toxic chemicals to the baby. Dioxins in disposable diapers can cause reproductive problems. They can result in developmental problems. Well, let me go back here. And they can even cause cancer. Pediatric cancer could literally be caused because of your baby's diapers. So there's several organic brands made from bamboo fibers that are bleach and chlorine free, or you can go the route of cloth diapering. So here are 10 ingredients that you want to keep your eye on. So if you're reading this aloud and you're teaching this class, you can give it your best shot. It can be kind of fun coming up with your own pronunciations, or better yet, hand it to your 8-year-old or your spouse and let them try to pronounce it for a really good giggle. This section perfectly recaps my career as a news anchor. So try doing this during a live newscast during the Olympics with Russian names. I just take a whiff of Seedlings Calm Oil and just have at it. So mineral oil, I'm just going to give you a few of these. You would think that this is something good, right? Being made from the minerals in the ground. It is not. Mineral oil is a byproduct derived from refining crude oil that is further used for making petroleum-based products and gasoline. For babies, it can clog their pores and it can suffocate the skin. It causes dirt to stick to the body. This dirt can transform into toxins that harm the baby later. Mineral oil is not safe for infants, and it's not even recommended for little ones under the age of 6. Diethyl phthalate. So this is a plasticizer that's used to help scents linger, and it can also mimic hormones. Resorcinol, this compound can be used as a fragrance. You see it on bottles as 1,3-benzadidiol, resorcin, or 1,3-dihydroxybenzene. This can cause thyroid damage in infants. Did you guys like that? I had to practice that to say it. So synthetic musks, these are a chemically made aromatic compound used as a flavoring and fixative in many products. Synthetic musks disturb hormones in skin, and there's a host of names for them. So look for products that are fragrance free. So we talked about I want you to, when we're done, go look at your baby products. Do they contain mineral oil, diethyl phthalate, resorcinol, musks, or fragrances, phenoxyethanol, sodium benzoate, that's a preservative that causes cancer, guys, parabens, DMDM hydantoin, or bonaprol. All of those, guys, they can cause cancer, dermatitis, all sorts of stuff. So just about every product on store shelves contains one or more. If you are going to a grocery store and buying kids' products, it probably has this stuff in it. Or in some cases, almost every single ingredient, like the Johnson & Johnson stuff, almost every single one of these ingredients are in it. So if you bought it at the store, start comparing the labels of your products to the list. Even brand names that are really well known can contain awful ingredients. So do not get sucked into the name notoriety. Do some sleuthing and investigate the label, because it is worth double take to keep your baby safe. It's worth it. So let's talk about the Young Living Seedlings line, because it doesn't have any of that stuff in it. Every single thing that I just read. Now that you've survived that acrobatic mind exercise of all of those names, we're going to talk about the good stuff. So enter in Young Living Seedlings line. There are 8 amazing products sold separately or as a gift bundle that you can grab with just a single click. It is now the gift that I give my new mom friends at every single baby shower. So each Seedlings plot product is formulated without any of the ingredients that I just listed. They also don't contain bleach or chlorine that you would find in diapers, and they're without any alcohol, parabens, phthalates, petrochemicals, animal-derived ingredients, synthetic preservatives, synthetic fragrances, or synthetic dyes. They're all hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested, and vegan friendly. All 8 products are infused with an essential oil created specifically for babies and toddlers. So Seedlings Calm. That means that each product is infused with lavender, coriander, bergamot, ylang ylang, and geranium. You get the calming smell and the benefits of the oil instead of the scary ingredients list that keeps you up at night. So these are products that you can trust, and they are made by Young Living. This is Seedlings.
You may not be able to communicate with words, but your touch, your patience, your time says everything. We all have the same wish, a healthy, happy baby.
So that is the Seedlings line. So what things come in the line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one is the Seedlings Calm Oil. So let's talk about each one of them. Seedlings Baby Wash and Shampoo. So the wash and shampoo, which you guys will see, let's see, we got them right here. Wash and shampoo is specifically formulated for an infant's delicate skin. This extra gentle formula is tear-free, sulfate-free, and made from 100% plant-based, naturally derived ingredients. It leaves the skin and the hair soft and clean, and it makes tangles easy to comb out. This 2-in-1 calming baby wash and shampoo can be used to clean baby from head to toe, even their little cheeks. It doesn't over dry their skin, and it comes infused with 2 herbs, calendula and eyebright, which are known for the way that they love on the skin. I'm gonna go back here for a second. Then you got baby lotion. So dry skin affects babies just as it does with adults. So hot baths, dry air, irritants, and other factors can leave your baby uncomfortable and fussy. Combat the effects of dry skin with Seedlings Baby Lotion. This non-greasy moisturizer supports barrier function and smoothly absorbs into your baby's skin. Young Living kicked this lotion up a notch by not only infusing it with the Seedlings Calm Essential Oil Blend, but also muru butter, mango butter, cocoa butter, calendula extract, annatto oil, apple extract, and a little lavender oil. So those are all great ingredients that I want on my baby's skin without an afternoon do-it-yourself project. And now it's all in one bottle. What about Seedlings Baby Oil? So that's this product right here, the oil. So this mild, gentle formula was developed for babies' delicate skin, and the ingredients are 100% plant-based, and they're naturally derived to create a baby oil that will moisturize, soothe, and nourish your baby's skin without the use of that dangerous mineral oil. It absorbs smoothly, leaving baby skin soft, snuggleable, and kissable with a fresh scent. It contains a non-greasy formula that's suitable for everyday use. This oil is like no other oil, though. When Young Living formulates a product, they always look for the best of the best. They don't use junk ingredients. So not only do you have the most authentic essential oils on the earth rubbed all over your baby's skin, but Young Living also included apricot oil, prickly pear oil, and a little extra ylang ylang essential oil to make it the best oil for your little one. What about Seedlings wipes? This might be my favorite thing in the line. We use these things for everything. I even take my makeup off with it. So these wipes are ultra soft and super comfortable. Even adults can use them. Think comfort for hemorrhoids, right? Really good for new mama, right? So keep a pack on the back of your toilet seat and you'll just thank me later for these things. The soothing formula leaves skin moisturized and soft and smooth while providing gentle and thorough cleansing without drying your baby's skin. Seedlings can be used on any part of the skin. The wipes are soft, thick, and versatile. They contain cleansing botanicals to minimize the risk of common allergic reactions. Some of the key ingredients are apple fruit extract, soapberry fruit extract, aloe, and calendula extract. So they put all the good things in. What about diaper rash cream? So there are premium essential oils and botanicals and nano zinc oxide in this incredibly rich cream. The thick lavender scented cream reduces the duration and severity of diaper rash when applied at the first sign of redness. It soothes on contact, it protects your baby's delicate skin, and it acts as a physical barrier to wetness. It can be used as a preventative measure before bed or any time when exposure to wet diapers might be prolonged. This mild formula seals out wetness and helps to balance skin moisture while reducing redness. The bonus ingredients include non-nano zinc oxide, which repels water and creates a safe barrier for healing, mango butter, muru butter, and some incredible skin oils, including German chamomile essential oil and helichrysum essential oil, which is the king of all skin oils. What about Seedlings linen spray? So wrap baby up. I love the stuff. I spritz it on their bed before they go to bed at night or when my grandbabies are here taking naps. So wrap the baby up in a soothing, relaxing atmosphere with Seedlings linen spray. This is a gentle, alcohol-free spray that adds a calming aroma to linens with a formula specifically created for infants. You can use it to refresh crib sheets, blankets, car seats, clothing, and other fabrics with the aromas of lavender, bergamot, ylang-ylang, and other premium essential oils. So pro tip, do you have a baby that spits up or pukes a lot? The linen spray is a saving grace, especially if your kid tosses his cookies right before a visit to grandma's house. So just spritz down their outfit, spritz down their car seat, and it's like they just had a bath until they puke again, of course. Then we have Seedlings Calm Oil. So wrap baby up in a soothing, relaxing atmosphere with Seedlings Calm Oil. Your baby has their own essential oil. It is incredible. This was one of the last oils that founder D. Gary Young formulated before he passed away, and he was the aromatherapy master. So let's take a look at it. Ever feel like that? Yep.
Seedlings Calm Essential Oil Blend. Turn restless bedtimes into restful ones.
Restless into restful. So that is the oil. So let's talk a little bit about Seedlings Calm. This soothing, gentle scent is formulated with the littlest members of your family in mind. So its soft, relaxing floral notes can help the whole family unwind together. It transforms any room into a peaceful, cozy nursery, and it offers a sweet, calming aroma, especially at bedtime. It can help babies and toddlers relax during their nighttime routine. This blend contains lavender, coriander, bergamot, ylang-ylang, and geranium essential oils. Lavender is very relaxing and calming to the mind, and it's great to use in the delivery room because it helps you focus. It's deep, rich, and it eases frustration. Coriander helps release fear. It soothes resistance in a strong-willed child. Bergamot is known for easing stress. So this oil has access to the limbic lobe. I'm leaning on my aromatherapy certifications here to give you this part of the class. So that oil, bergamot, has access to the limbic lobe, and it helps with dependency issues and compulsiveness. So if you have a child that's going through separation anxiety, really good for this. You can even see it as an infant, especially when there's been trauma. It also helps you to relax and to trust. Ylang-ylang helps to release negative emotions and fosters positive ones like confidence. Geranium has a sweet floral fragrance, and it helps with feelings of abandonment, perhaps when they have to go take a nap. It also gives them the feeling that they're wrapped in love. It's the oil of comfort. Gary perfectly paired these together for the most amazing blend for babies. Then we have Feather the Owl Diffuser, and I gotta let him introduce himself. So where can you use the Seedlings Calm blend in a diffuser made just for little ones? It's because babies need essential oils in the air too. So watch this. We're almost at the end of the class, guys. We got 5 minutes left. Thanks for hanging with me today. KidSense Feather the Owl diffuser. So let's talk about this one for just a moment. So this exclusive custom designed by Young Living Children ultrasonic diffuser functions as a humidifier, aroma diffuser, nightlight, and a white noise machine all in one. It's really simple to use. You just give one simple touch to the owl's talons. Feather the Owl features multiple diffusion modes for up to 10 hours of diffusing at one touch of a button. It has 10 different LED light color options to fit your child's mood or their favorite color, and 5 white noise sound options from rain to birds to ocean waves to a fan to a lullaby. The lullaby is my grandkids' favorite. Different modes allow you to diffuse oils for either 5 to 6 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours intermittently. A portion of the proceeds from the Owl diffuser go to support the Tracy Aviary, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to using research, outreach, and action to protect birds and their habitats. So let's talk KidSense for just a moment. I'm not going to sit on this for a long time, but you can use KidSense oils with babies also. So you can increase your oils arsenal by adding these oils to your order. These oils are pre-diluted and they're perfectly safe for babies too. So they're my favorites that pair well with Feather the Owl diffuser. The KidSense kit is wonderful when your baby starts to move too. So use these oils topically. You've got Sleepy Eyes, which helps them unwind and relax as part of the bedtime routine. Sniffle Ease, which helps inspire calm breathing. Genius helps little ones focus on mental tasks like tummy time. Kid Power helps to calm their thoughts and helps with feelings around strangers. Tummy Jize, roll it on their bellies to help with tummy discomfort. Owie to roll on boo-boos, and Kid Power helps babies with fear and courage. It's very calming and relaxing. So if you love all of this stuff, I love these products. We have a Seedlings gift bundle where everything is wrapped up in one convenient bundle, and it's tucked to an unbleached rope basket that can be used for storing all of your baby things. So this gift bundle includes Seedlings baby wipes, baby oil, baby wash, shampoo, baby lotion, linen spray, diaper rash cream. This collection is the perfect way to spoil yourself or a friend. Each item features the cooling scent of lavender to create a calming environment wherever you are. The bundle comes with a hooded bath towel and a little washcloth with the Seedlings logo, and it's made of 100% unbleached cotton. So we're going to end this class with a quick baby new mom oil quick guide. So your head is filled with so many things, like you know about baby food and the kids line and supplements and all of the Seedlings products. But I don't want to walk away with giving you just a couple more of my favorite oils for babies and for new mothers as you heal. So Peace and Calming. I am an aromatherapy doula. This is the stuff that I use on my new mamas. Peace and Calming. This blend, simply titled, is to calm the baby during anxious or stressful moments. Gentle Baby. This is great for stress or for stretch marks. It's also wonderful for your little one to fall asleep to, especially if you need to try something a bit different in the diffuser or if they've acclimated to Seedlings Calm. Sandalwood. This is a great oil for stretch marks or skin discoloration. Myrrh. I use this when mama is having a cervix checked during delivery to keep it soft and to prevent tearing. I add 5 to 10 drops to the fingers. Jasmine. This is great during active labor. So do not use this oil or clary sage if you are experiencing preterm labor. Valor's my favorite oil for courage in the delivery room. Lavaderm and Clariderm are both topical sprays that are comforting when sprayed on non-bleached pads for mama after birth if she had any tearing. So I spritz it right on the site, and then I also spritz it on the pad, and it's very, very calming. Tummy Jize is good for a colicky baby, and I will tell you, if you are nourishing the gut and giving good supplements, you're going to see fewer days with gas and colic. If they're crying, they're trying to tell you something. So it all begins in the gut. Do not discount the power of food, even for mom. Fennel, this oil promotes milk production for nursing mamas. Clary Sage, this will promote the milk supply and will help balance hormones and your mood postpartum. Lavender is gentle on the skin and helps to heal tender breasts and nipples and clogged milk ducts. Frankincense, myrrh, lavender, and neroli, these are my go-tos for cracked nipples during nursing. Mix them with coconut oil before application and apply the oils after each nursing session. So sandalwood oil is also great for cracked nipples. You thought you were going to get through the whole class without saying the word nipples, so I just had you read it or say it 3 times. Lavender, bergamot, cedarwood, and Roman chamomile. These oils help you to snack and nap while your baby is sleeping. Bergamot, frankincense, clary sage, and geranium. These oils are wonderful postpartum emotional support oils. Citrus oils are really energizing to new moms. So lemon, lime, grapefruit, orange, tangerine, as in the blend energy. I love increasing Ningxia, or at least drinking Ningxia at least 1 time a day. And then frankincense and helichrysum, both oils are great on scars or stitches. So do not use hot oils on the chest, the breast, or near where the baby may be nursing, because it's simply just uncomfortable for them and it may waft into their eyes, causing a burning sensation. Some hot oils are wintergreen, peppermint, oregano, cassia, and cinnamon. You can put them on your feet, but put socks on before you nurse if you're putting them on. All right, anointing your baby. We're going to end the class with this. And I hope this class was just so much fun for you and you learned so many things. This is all the stuff that I use with my grandkids, and with my kids are too old now to do this, but with the women that I go and do aromatherapy work with when they're new moms or in the delivery room. So frankincense and myrrh, both of these oils are wonderful to have on hand for anointing your baby at birth. I love to drop 3 drops right on the crown of their head and rub it in 3 times clockwise. Tell them what their name means, and then pray a short prayer of protection and words of life over them. Many people think that the crown is exactly at the top of the head, but it's not. So if you were to take a cap and you were to slide it back on the head just before it falls off 3 or 4 inches, you would have it perfectly positioned on the crown, and that's where you drop the oil. You can prepare an anointing oil and say the words ahead of time, almost like vows. So it's something precious and it's something sacred that you're going to hold forever. I love to take a small piece of paper and rub some extra oil into it, and then label it with their name, the meaning of their name, the date that they were anointed, and then frame it for the nursery. So if you've missed their delivery, you can always do this step later on. You can anoint anyone, anytime. Even teenagers are blessed by something that is this special. So let's end with this. You can do this. Having a baby can be really overwhelming, because not only is your entire role shifted, but so is your purpose, your job title day to day, and in some ways, even your identity. The new things that you have to learn in a very small amount of time seem very vast. So there's one thing that I want you to know. You're doing a great job. Being a parent is not for the faint of heart. There's a reason that this little one is in your arms, and it's because you were chosen for them. So what you have to offer is exactly what they need, even if you think it's riddled with mistakes, even if you think the learning curve is too great, even if every toxin isn't out of your home, your baby's going to be okay. Perfection is not required. Give what you can in the small spaces where you have time, and learn the rest as they grow, because you are enough. So let's wrap this up with a little 30-second DIY just for fun. We're going to be making today DIY bubble bath for your babies. Super fun. There you go, bada bing, bada boom. So let's talk about the apply it section. How do you take all this information and use it in your house? So how neat is it to know that Gary Young loved us so much that he didn't just create a company around adults, but also around the little ones that we treasure? To have an entire baby line is very unique in any company, and it's needed, because the baby products out there are awful unless you're sourcing everything and making them yourself. So who has time to do that with a baby? And I've had 5 babies, a lot of them. There is no time. So let's break this class down into some tangible action steps with ordering ideas for overworked, underslept mamas. So loyalty rewards ideas at 190 PV, I would recommend the Seedlings line. So calm oil, baby wash and shampoo, lotion, oil, baby wipes. So not just the calm essential oil, but also the baby oil, diaper rash cream and linen spray. Pro tip, just get the Seedlings gift bundle, item number 20721. It is so easy. You knock it all out in one swoop, and then you still have enough to grab a Feather the Owl diffuser for your little one's room. At 250 PV, snag some supplements like Mighty Zyme, Unwind, Ningxia, and you can add the Kid Sense oils to have on hand once they start toddling around. So Genius, Kid Power, Owie, Sleepy Eyes, Sniffles, Tummy Jies. I use a lot of these right when they're first born. And 300 PV, you can get some of my favorite baby smells. So vanilla essential oil, gentle baby, peace and calming, stress away, bergamot, lavender, ylang ylang, frankincense, jasmine, and valor for your baby's room. What about some action steps? Well, number one, you can swap all the nasty chemical formulas that you're using on your baby for the entire Seedlings line. So diaper rash cream, wipes, shampoo, and more. Number two, stock up and start building your baby's first oils collection. They're going to crave some of the more gentle, soothing, floral, or citrusy scents, especially at nap time and at bedtime. So build it into their routine for 10 days and see if it eases some of the stress when you're getting them down. And number three, start investing in the Kid Sense line. I know it's crazy, but by the time they're about 4 months old and they're starting to roll and move, you're going to be really grateful for oils like Owie. If they get a sore tummy, Tummy Jies, you can use that right at birth on a newborn's tummy. I love the Kid Sense oils because they're great for any age, even brand new littles, because they're pre-diluted. The roll-on collection that we have, super good gift for brand new moms. It is wonderful too. So if you guys love this class, it came from this book. It's up on Amazon. You get it on Amazon Prime. You can order this whole little bundle. We got a discounted 10% forever. You can get a teacher's edition, an oiler edition, the white book, the workbook, if you really want to tear this class apart, and the mini, if you want to share it with friends. We're going to dig into the workbook and the mini in 2 days on Thursday. And that wraps up the 120 Seedlings baby class. I hope that that has just been a huge blessing to you guys. And you've really enjoyed the content from this class tonight. It was super fun for me to teach it to you guys. And we had a lot of people on tonight. And Karen's like, I got it all. And I absolutely loved it. I had a really good time. So let me pick some winners for tonight. First off, I got to grab somebody off of my post. I asked you guys to put a comment on my post, and I'm going to give away an entire bundle. I haven't given away a bundle in like 2 months. So this is a teacher's edition and oiler edition. So this book, and then also the workbook and the mini. So essential oils class. I have not given you anything from me yet. So girl, I don't know what your name is, but you posted on my post. I'm grateful for you. So the person that is essential oils class, go ahead and email me at oilabilitywithsarah@gmail.com, and we'll get that whole bundle out to you. All right, then I'm going to give away, let me see. Let me just give away some of the Oiler Edition books. So Karen Hamilton Pace, you are winner number 1. Pat Manglis, you're winner number 2. And keep talking to me, guys. I'm going to give away one more here. Let's see. Karen Hartwig, you're winner number 3 for an Oiler Edition book. So may that be a blessing to you guys. All of my winners, go ahead and email me at oilabilitywithsarah@gmail.com. And I just want you to know what a blessing you are to me. John and I love giving back to you guys. It's a way we just say thank you for you being on this page, commenting, participating in my contest, giving up your time to sit through classes. We don't ever take you for granted. You are a treasure and a gift to me and my family. And I want you guys to know how deeply loved that you are. So share this class. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm going to pick a winner for some minis for somebody who shared this class to their team page. Let's get it all over the internet. It's a great class. And then on Thursday, I'll pop on at 8:30 Eastern, and we're going to go through the workbook and the mini. And we're really going to tear apart this class. And I'm going to give you 100 more ideas that you can do with your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, all the people around you that you love that are the little people. So I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple of days. And I'm going to pick a winner tomorrow morning. So make sure that you share this class. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.